Exciting.
This is really different. Really different.
Let me know when it's rolling, gang. We'll go.
Stand by, please. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, and action.
Well, Steven, I've been a big fan of yours since Duel, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Because of Jaws and the success of Jaws and E.T., do you think there's kind of a conspiracy? Because they win a lot of Oscars, but they always make sure that you or the picture don't get one. Do you think they're jealous of your success there, or what?
No, I just think it's exciting to, every couple of years, it's exciting to... I expect I'll win an Oscar when I'm an old man in a wheelchair and I'll get this honorary statuette, and I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy with that.
That's right, and Frank Sinatra will present it to you and all that. The color purple, do you think this is really going to disassociate you perhaps from what you're best known for, which is amazing stories, I would say?
Well, I certainly don't want it to disassociate me from my past. I mean, I'm so proud and happy with my past. The last thing I would like is for people to think that I've gone away in another direction. I don't think I've gone away in another direction at all. I think it was a departure for me because this is a drama, and I haven't really done a drama that's essentially character-oriented. So that's the first. But the whole process of working with actors and making a movie and trying to plumb feelings and put emotion on the screen is something that I love to do and I've done before. So even though it's a departure, it's also based on some familiar trails.
How do you think the Steven Spielberg fans are going to react to this? They're going to say, boy, there's no little man from outer space, or something like that.
Well, they might look at Whoopi and think she's an alien. I mean, you never know. You might say, yeah, that's a little bit like E.T. When I cast Whoopi said, I'm in this picture because there's something extraterrestrial about me, isn't it? I said, not really.
Speaking of Whoopi, did you suggest her for the role originally, or what?
Well, the first person who had heard about Whoopi was Alice Walker, and Whoopi called Alice Walker and said, I just read your book, I'd love to play Celie. Would you come to my club in San Francisco where Alice lives to see me perform? And Alice did, and then Alice called me and she said, I think there's an interesting person you should meet. And so Whoopi came to Los Angeles and met with me, and she did her show for me. On stage, she put a little show on for 50, 60 people, all friends of ours, and she did 45 minutes of the show she eventually brought to Broadway. And I was convinced at that point. I never even tested her for the part. That was it. I said, you've got the role. You're
connected with so many motion pictures, even though you don't direct them all. There's Steven Spielberg presents Young Sherlock Holmes. Steven Spielberg presents, Poltergeist. Do you think that people are getting confused and think you're directing all of these pictures and they're seeing one of yours? I'm
beginning to wonder if some of the people in the media who really should know better are starting to think that I've directed all these pictures as well. I will continue to produce movies, and because I produce only the kinds of movies I'd like to see as an audience, so I'm being also very selfish with that. But if that's the perception, I'll have to make the directors of my movies' names bigger on the screen.
You're really a busy guy. How do you have time to put together this television series and look over, keep looking out for that and still be connected with all these motion pictures? Is it a 7-day?
Well, I don't work on a TV series every day. Fortunately, I've got a great team who does the series, David Vogel and Josh Brand and John Falsey, who are the line producers of the show. And I have some story editors, and they really produce the show. I mean, my contribution to the show was conceiving it. I wrote about 15 of the first 22 stories only, not the teleplays, but the stories. And I worked very hard in finding new directors who had never directed before from film schools. And I gave about 6 new kids their first break on the series. Then I'm satisfied and I kind of walk away, and they produce the show. So they're really responsible for it at this point.
Are these the stories you dreamed about when you were a kid?
And the stories that I just couldn't figure out how to make them longer than 30 minutes.
And there will be no sequel to E.T. No, so I'm summing this up real fast, right? No sequel. There's been rumors, but there won't be one.
I'm not in the foreseeable future.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Steven. Nice meeting you, and congratulations on everything.